Hi, hello everybody there. A very warm, pleasant morning to all of you. Picking up threads from where we left last time, we ended up doing the empathy map. And now we think about how a team of architects who are collaborating with a team of design thinkers, or if they themselves are design thinkers, how would they define and ideate the user's needs? The user in this case is nothing but the inmate of the hospice care center that we talked about. Well, let's get to defining the problem. The problem of designing a hospice care center for the inmates for a number of terminal cancer patients. As told, the definition should be not only clear because it's a definition, it has to be definite. At the same time, it should show a shift towards satisfying the needs of the user. In this case, it is the inmates of the would-be inmates of the hospice care center. So suppose the definition was this: the team of architects and design thinkers design it. Suppose they define it this way: let the design of this center serve as a flagship project for our company so that our market placement is consolidated. This is one definition. Definitely, when you do such a thing, obviously you have care for the terminal patients in your mind. On the contrary, suppose the definition goes this way: let the design of this center be such that it further aids and supplements the team of hospice care providers. A team of doctors provide much better palliative care to the patients, so the patient's needs of finding peace and a sense of fulfillment is satisfied. Wouldn't the second definition be better? Because the shift is more towards realizing and empathizing the pains of the end user. Now that the definition is in hand, the next is testing. So you have a team of architects along with the design, maybe more towards the design thinkers, and the team itself sits and comes out, brainstorms and comes out with a number of ideas. Now where do they get these ideas from? Obviously from the data collected during the empathizing stage, when the person has deeply got into empathy stage and collected a lot of information in terms of personal experience of the user's needs. With the help of that data, by analyzing the data and synthesizing the data, certain ideas are brought about. Now in the case of this hospice care center, what are the final workable ideas that have come about? Let's see them. Say for example, the first thing that comes out is a type of wards. So idea put forward that has been workable is that private wards for each patient. What about the number of levels of the building? So the final idea that has come out, not necessarily final idea at the end of this stage of ideating is that to have a 3-level or a 3-storied building with private wards. And what about the green cover? They come out with an idea that the windows of all the rooms should face a fairly large green space which has a large number of flower beds with zinnias, petunias and gerberas. Flower beds of these which will keep the patients perennially pepped up. And also have a number of water bodies which have soft cascading water, obviously totally motor controlled, is what is the next idea. There has to be a prayer room for the patients to sit and meditate, and the front office should be obviously in the front facade of the building. Now these are certain ideas that have been come, and many more such ideas which at this particular stage of ideation are the workable ideas. So is this the end of it? These are the theoretical ideas that are coming with some definitely certain degree of involvement from with the user's needs too. But it's possible that when you actually test these ideas, none of these test ideas may augur well with the user, that is the inmates, or a few may augur, few may not be acceptable, and the effect is not really very positive. And a few may require a little bit of polishing, a little bit of further enhancement, certain changes. So as told in the earlier video, that the entire process of design thinking is not this way. Let's get back to the diagrammatic representation. So here we have the first stage being empathizing, then you have the definition, then you have the ideation, and then the prototyping, and then you have the testing. So right now we are in the ideation stage. So you have created the idea, after which you go to the prototype. It's possible, as you see in this loop, that on actually creating the prototype and testing, it's possible that many ideas could be totally trashed and you may to go back to ideating. And you also see that at the end of testing, it's possible that you may have to go back to defining the problem itself, right? So you see that it is not a linear process, but involving a large number of iteration process. So it's not sequential, where a number of things may have to be repeated again and again after the prototyping stage or after the testing stage. Re-ideation is required, redefinition also could be required. So dear friends, you see that the process is pretty complex. Now, there is definitely an exercise for you. Brainstorm yourself now that you've reached the ideating stage. What could have gone into designing a rocking chair or a mobile app also, or maybe a lounge chair in terms of empathizing, defining and ideation. So we are going pretty deeper compared to what we did in the second video about the stages. We are going much deeper into it and seeing each of the stages. I do hope that you are kindled enough to take up this exercise and try to work as a team along with your co-viewers on how these stages can work on any sample kind of a product that you're using around yourself. Wishing you a wonderful day ahead. I bid adieu. Thank you.